You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
What is up, everybody? Oh, now we got some music coming in. He said, Steven in the booth wanted me to guess what wrestler's entrance music this is. And this one, you're just drawing a confused look on your face, too.
Because I've heard it.
All right, let's get out the Shazam.
Steven, who is it?
I tricked you. This is Paul Heyman's entrance music.
Oh, when he was a SmackDown GM, this was his music. He hasn't used this music in over a decade, to be fair.
Yeah, but your voice of choice, you know this.
You are the voice of choice.
Yeah, nothing to do with my ears.
Not the ears of choice.
Nothing to do with my ears. It was a trick question. So why don't we welcome people to the show now, because Steven and the producer just stumped us. Hey, everybody, I'm Christian Rosenberg. I'm your host tonight for WWE Main Event AfterBuzz, and we're brought to you by Bing. Bing is for doing and all that fun stuff. And across the table from me, Mr. Ro Moore, how are you, sir?
Yes, doing good. Why am I doing Frank the Tank right now?
I don't know why you're doing Frank the Tank.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm here.
Interesting.
Okay, and Miss Kaori Takee, how are you, my dear?
I'm good.
Busting out the Power Ranger
Pink Ranger
outfit
for
today.
the win, says
Pink
the chat room.
iPad, pink Power Ranger shirt.
Pink out. Is Nicki Minaj coming tonight?
No, please no.
Okay.
And, you know, I wanted to bring this up right off the top of the bat. Kaori, this past weekend, was down at Comic-Con.
I was.
She had a blast, I'm sure. Lots of craziness that only Comic-Con is.
Lots of craziness.
And as all wrestling fans know, WWE superstars are all over the place at Comic-Con. They have signings. They're just there hanging out. They have, like, the figures, their action figures set up, the new ones coming out.
I saw
They're
those.
all over the place. They have crazy YouTube videos about it. So clearly, you must have met several superstars over the weekend.
Who did you meet?
Look, guys, I didn't get there till Saturday because I
Right.
was working because I need to pay the bills. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet anyone. And this is something you guys put me on the spot. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it.
You,
I already feel bad about it.
You are an AfterBuzz journalist, Corey. No,
I know. Well, I did dress up, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you did dress
Yes.
up.
Okay.
We saw pictures.
Yes.
Well, you can go onto her Twitter to look at it. Her lovely costumes, I guess. All right, and then we'll segue from that into main event, which is for the week of July 24th, hailing from, is it pronounced Laredo or Laredo, Texas? I've never been there, so I'm not quite sure. Laredo.
At least that's how I've always heard it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard it. So.
We'll say Laredo,
We'll go with
Texas,
you.
and if someone from Laredo is saying that we're wrong, we apologize.
Yeah, I've never been there.
I've personally never been there.
Yeah. I know it's been the setting of a few westerns, but you know, that's all I know.
All right.
I've been there.
Thanks for that insight
Hopefully
right
it has
there.
a good population. I don't know. I have no idea. It's not San Antonio.
No,
Well, no.
Well, because apparently, and I heard
Not
about this
Dallas.
today. I guess Jerry Lawler, after Monday Raw was Raw, you know, he's supposed to drive to Laredo, and he drove 3 hours in the opposite direction, and like ended up around Dallas, I guess, or whatever.
He was on his way.
He was on his way in the complete
How do
wrong
you do
way.
that
He wanted
for
to go see
3
Jerry
hours?
World.
And so apparently, like he had to get on an emergency plane flight to get there in time.
Oh my goodness.
And so I was
mean,
just like, wow,
Texas-
that's different. That doesn't normally happen.
Texas can be a little confusing.
It is huge.
And it's also hard to drive around. I'm just.
I love you're trying to make excuses for him.
Yeah, hey, you know, I'm trying, but I mean, come on. The guy came back from a heart attack. Hey, let's just give him a pass on this one.
All right, he gets one driving in the wrong direction pass.
Yeah.
For 3 hours.
Anyway, main event starts off. We start off with some big guys. We got the Celtic Warrior Sheamus still sporting the ginormous bruise on both sides of his leg.
Yucky.
Yeah.
Which, oddly enough, the more time that's going by, the worse it's looking.
It's maybe like it's like fading, and makeup artist goes and says, "Oh, well, let's put some more in or something."
Make it look a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just kidding.
By this time next week, I think it'll be a full-fledged open wound.
It'll look like a globe. You can like point out maps and stuff on it.
Yeah.
He'll just start wearing like a lot of bandage wraps throughout the leg.
Wrap it.
And he is taking on one half of the Real Americans, because that's pretty much what they're going by now. Jack Swagger.
I'm trying not to say his name.
And conspicuous by his absence, the other Real American, one Antonio Cesaro.
He's probably busy. That's all. Very
Somebody
simple.
give her a tissue.
He's got things going on. He must have had other plans.
He was taking a language class or something.
Okay. You were like, your obsession with him is scary.
I'm so obsessed with him.
It is
Admittedly
scary.
so, and it's okay.
But we will get to talk about him a little later.
Okay, good.
We will get to talk about him a little later.
Shameless Cesaro apologist.
So, Zeb Colter, as always, starts off on the microphone, and she's like, I'm confused. I don't know where I am. Clearly near the Jerry Lawler. But I don't know where I am. Help me. Where am I? Am I in the United States or am I in Mexico? Boo.
Yeah.
I'm so close to Mexico, I could see Mexico from my balcony. And I could see dark, shadowy figures sneaking into this country. And I have my night visions goggles on all night, so I know I know what I saw.
that part.
At that part,
At that point, I started laughing.
we get a visual of Zeb Colter in his hotel room spending his night with night vision goggles on. Not what I want.
They're trying to sneak into a mark.
Yeah,
I don't want that visual.
He's playing his role really well. You know.
Oh no, I mean he's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. He's just like, I don't want to imagine you spend the entire night on your balcony with night vision goggles, looking for Mexicans sneaking across the border. Yeah. And he's like, you call yourself, I'm thrown off by it. You call yourselves Americans and you should be ashamed. And Sheamus is like, how is he bringing us around to Sheamus? So, oh, and Sheamus, you should be ashamed too, because you snuck into this country. I don't know how, I haven't figured it out yet, but I know you did. And I'm just like,
I don't know how you got here, but you're here.
because he came from Ireland.
Yeah.
Can't sneak, as he would say, from Ireland.
It was probably one of those floaty water things.
Yeah.
What are those things
Zeb
called?
Coulter is in the booth, apparently. Those floating water things, you mean a raft?
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, because for a second I believed you. like,
you believe me, really?
Because you're like, oh, one of those floating water things?
Is that all you take me for? Is the Cesaro lover?
Yep.
Sad now.
That's it.
Oh.
You finally, it took about 5 months of doing this show, but you finally figured it out.
Affirmative.
How dare you? And the predictions champ, but other than that.
Yeah.
Oh, hit you with that again.
Have you got your belt back yet?
Actually, no, I don't have it back. So I'm.
Josh Padgett.
He won't do
He's
it.
in
He won't do it.
He really hit it well. Anyway.
All right. Anyway, this match, like most of this match, is Swagger beating the crap out of Sheamus's leg. And, you know, it's always the natural thing. I'm actually surprised I didn't really even hear it on the commentary. They always say, like, if someone's bandaged up or if someone clearly has some type of visible injury, they say, like, oh, he might as well be wearing a bullseye.
Go after it.
Because, yeah, you just completely go after it, and Swagger did a great job of going after it. I mean, and he spent a lot of time, like a good 10 to 12 minutes straight.
Just on the leg.
Just on the leg.
Thigh, on the thigh.
Yeah. There was a point, you know, Swagger hits a Swagger bomb, goes for a second one, and that's when all of a sudden Sheamus miraculously is able to stand up for the first time in about 15 minutes at this point, and gets Jack Swagger, like a 6'6", 6'7" guy, on his shoulders and delivers an electric chair drop. My only concern about that is, you know, typical thing was like, if you just had your leg beaten down for that long, how can you withstand standing with that much weight on your shoulders?
Yep. and it was bad from the moment he came through the curtain.
Yeah, he was limping on his way to the ring.
Yeah, like you were limping on your way in here, and he's 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" swagger.
Yeah, he's a big dude
on this leg for the last 10 to 12 minutes, and now you're standing.
Yeah.
Now you're standing, and you have him on your shoulders.
Yeah, apparently, you know.
And I mean, even like after that, Sheamus gave his Celtic cross backbreaker onto the bad leg.
Yeah. And
like he pretty much, he kind of was like, ow, and then crawl for a cover.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you have a 275-pound guy crashing on your injured leg,
directly on,
you should be rolling around screaming in pain. You should not be able to go for the cover, in my opinion.
He did.
I think in many people's opinions, that's something that's kind of annoying to see things like that.
I mean, to his credit, he rolled around for 5,
thanks.
6,
Appreciate it.
7 seconds.
It was not that long. Three max. Three max.
Max. Quicker than a Kim Kardashian marriage, but you know, it happens.
And like we finally get to a move that he does where it actually is selling the bad leg, where he hits his like 10 chest punches, but he does it from his knees and wraps Swagger up in the bottom rope. That made sense.
Yeah.
That worked. We understood you can't get up to your feet to hold him up there for that long, so do it from the knees. Good. Where was that the last 5 minutes with the Celtic cross backbreaker and everything?
Why was he doing it after the fact of doing all the stuff that went against it? It was
exactly
kind of a pain.
It's magic.
It's magic.
It was magic. Swagger comes back, locks in the Patriot lock, but then Sheamus kind of fights out of it. But Swagger held on, and I don't think the crowd realized that Swagger held on to the ankle, because all of a sudden Sheamus kicked away, and you heard some cheers.
Yeah.
But it's like, wait, he's still right there, still holding and still pulling.
A couple of those boots from Sheamus to Swagger looked pretty in there. They looked pretty stiff. Just a few. Yeah, especially the one that you're talking about, where he gave him the boot and he fell, still holding on to the Patriot lock. That one looked like it really knocked him for a loop for a quick second. It really looked like it knocked him loopy. But, you know, he was still there. He was still in the moment, still in the hold. And let's say he did get knocked loopy. Oh, I still got his leg when you wake up. So keep working it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's still here. Crank.
Yeah.
Sheamus, though, does get to the ropes, and literally all of a sudden I like look down to type that he like reached the ropes, and then I look up, and then there's a bro kick.
Bro kick!
Again.
The end.
How do you get a bro kick? How can you maneuver a bro kick when your leg is practically decapitated?
Magic.
Because it's when you're at your weakest moment and you need all your power and all your strength, suddenly out of nowhere it comes to you. And that's what happened for Sheamus.
Channeled his inner Ultimate Warrior.
I guess.
We know.
Yes.
He felt the power of the Sheamus's.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him beat me.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't.
And he didn't.
Because Sheamus bro kicked him right to the moon, or right back to Zeb Colter's creepy hotel room, and
with the
Zeb Colter's
with the night vision
all right,
goggles.
Night vision time.
And Sheamus picks up the win on Main Event. And I was like, I'm watching, and I was mentioning it to you, Rome, or we were watching a match. I'm like, this would be such a great win for Swagger, even if he won dirty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, it would have helped so much with that, and help really build the real Americans more, because this really wasn't the type of match that Sheamus needed the win.
Yeah.
But you knew it was going to happen.
Going to win. Even though I like this Real Americans gimmick. They have to do something with Swagger and Cesaro, where they don't look like they're separate almost. I still look at them like Cesaro is Cesaro and Swagger is the guy that goes out every now and again, and sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses. But with Cesaro, I'm really engaged in the match. If we could just get that for both of them as a team. Stop smiling. If we could just get that.
You and I need to come up with like a secret code word for us to
Yeah.
only say on a show that to us means
know.
Cesaro, but she
Yeah,
doesn't
she
know
doesn't
it,
know.
so she
Yeah.
doesn't react like a giddy little schoolgirl.
Oh gosh, I can do this. I can do. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Americans.
Corey, star rating.
I would give this one a 3. It was
Really?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, even though it would have gone higher if someone else was there.
God, I can't stand that.
And he does.
Aw,
Why?
thank you.
Why? Why?
This is why
It's like torturing us.
Okay.
On Raw, on the Raw crew, Kathy used to not be able to stand the Jack Swagger music
really?
because everyone would like chant with it and everything.
Yeah.
Here, I got nothing wrong with the Cesaro music, but it's just because she loves it
She
so
loves it
much.
so much.
Why?
It's a good theme, but
But now we think of it in the wrong way. Now we just think it was like, oh, here comes Corey's dream guy.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it
imagine how Josh feels.
yeah.
The other half
Just
of White on
kidding.
Rice.
He's my silver medal. It's okay.
Oh, first loser.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's
Find out, Josh Badgett.
I'm totally kidding.
You got demoted to silver because you took her title.
That's why he took my
that's
title.
why.
All right, Rome, star rating.
2.5.
2.5. I'm going to go 2.5 also. It was there. There were some good moments. I want more selling and I don't normally say that about Sheamus because I enjoy his work a lot.
Yeah, Sheamus is good.
Sheamus is
Sheamus
very,
really
very good.
Yeah,
And he works
really
well
good.
with everyone.
Yeah.
But I just felt he wasn't selling his injury enough. I mean, you should not be able to do some of the moves he did if you can't move your freaking leg down to the ring to begin the match.
Well, actually, Lions fan made a good point, and he said he did look injured and weak on Monday when he took on the World Heavyweight Champion. Maybe they are trying to make him look stronger. Maybe.
But if anything, Del Rio worked on his leg, so he should be even more hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kind of
Take
reasons.
that, Lions fan.
Maybe he's on the
kidding.
Cena strength
Bring
plan.
it back, Lions fan.
He's on the Cena
He's on the Super
invincibility
Cena.
plan. Yeah,
Super
Super
Cena
Cena
point.
plan.
Lions fan is giving this 2.75, and Ryan Tallison is giving it 2.5. Yes.
So there you go. They're all right around our boat.
Yes.
2 3/4 stars.
2 3/4.
I get the
2 and
highest one.
2 4/7.
Yeah. There you go.
We then get a recap from Monday Night Raw with the promo between CM Punk and Paul Heyman, where we officially get the official announcement of the SummerSlam match between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, also known as the Best versus the Beast.
I like what I'm hearing.
I like the
and
title of it.
seeing. Yeah.
You know, like it's a nice little catchy
Well,
thing to it.
they have to sell it.
Yeah.
This is going to be the top match on the card. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, that's
Well-
you know, we were talking about that. Will Cena, Daniel Bryan be the main, or will Punk Lesnar be the
Well,
main?
the thing is, like, Bryan is so big right now, and so
True.
like.
Nobody
But
is
so is
bigger
Punk,
than-
and so is Lesnar.
No.
Nobody's
Lesnar's
bigger
awesome.
than Lesnar in that ring. When you're talking about mainstream coverage, nobody can touch Lesnar.
I know,
No
but-
one in the WWE can touch Lesnar as far as mainstream coverage.
Unless The Rock is there.
Yeah, unless The Rock's there. That's
Hmm.
why they're paying Brock some immense amount of money to do 30 dates a year.
I do like Brock.
So yeah, it's kind of curious how they're going to order the card and like what's going to go last because
Yeah.
they're not going to have the two go back to back.
No. They
like
can't.
they're going.
Yeah,
they're,
can't.
No, so they'll have one of them, and then they'll have like tons of Funk versus Primetime Players.
Yeah.
And then they'll have that.
Yeah. Because Punk's huge and Lesnar's huge. You have to put that on last.
And Daniel Bryan's huge, and Cena's your champion.
Yep.
So
and they're going to put that on first.
that'll be the opener.
That's
I don't think so.
No, it's not gonna be the opener.
Can't be.
It's not gonna- they're not
Although
gonna
Money in the
curtain jerk.
Bank, the opener was one of the best matches of the night too.
Well,
so.
usually Money in the Bank, because you have two of those Money in the Bank matches, the SmackDown one is usually like the first or second on the card.
Okay.
It's been the last few years.
Yeah.
It was different that the Raw Money in the Bank was the last match of the
That's
night.
because they didn't want them to cash in, right? Or they were afraid of that possibility of.
I mean, I was expecting them to cash in that
Yeah.
night after because I figured the Cena Mark Henry match would be last, but they didn't do that.
But it is SummerSlam. So
It is SummerSlam.
They could possibly do them back to back.
Oh, you think have both Money in the Bank cases cashed the same night?
No, not that.
That
I was
would be
like, what?
crazy.
I'm talking about the Cena.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Cena and Bryan and Lesnar and Punk back to back.
I don't know. It'd be interesting if they were to do it and see if the fans can stay with it.
Yeah.
Because
they've messed up before.
both of those matches are going to go at least a half hour.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
So we'll have to wait and see what the order is. And we'll also, the three of us will also wait and see what people leave for star ratings and comments over on iTunes, where you can rate us that 5-star rating, leave comments, and subscribe, and obviously tell people about AfterBuzz, because we do AfterBuzz Main Event, AfterBuzz Raw, AfterBuzz SmackDown, AfterBuzz for the pay-per-views, and if you like a TV show, most likely AfterBuzz does it. So make sure you check it out, and of course you can always also check it all out on the brand new, updated, newly refurbished AfterBuzzTV.com, where it's so much easier to go around, find your favorite shows, see what your hosts are up to, and all that jazz. And please, whether it's on iTunes, on AfterBuzzTV.com, or on the YouTube page, leave us comments, because we like to hear what you guys like. We like to hear what you don't like. We want to hear what your thoughts are on what we thought of the matches were. If you agree or if you disagree, I mean, I'm sure you all pretty much agree with everything I say, because that's the right thing to do, of course, right? Right, guys? Right?
I don't think they like you like
Bueller?
that.
What?
Yep. No. Beg to differ.
Well, leave us comments and we'll find out. All right, there's the plug for that. And just wait for the comments this week. I can't wait for the comments this week. We go to Sin Cara versus Drew McIntyre, a.k.a. the Something's Gotta Give match.
Yes.
Both of these guys have not won in months, so someone's got to win.
I'm happy that at least that it was Drew instead of Heath.
I love Drew. Drew's my favorite guy in 3MB. I think I've probably said that countless times on this show.
You have.
I love Drew McIntyre. I think he's incredibly underrated. I thought they completely missed out on what they started with him with the Chosen One gimmick when he was the Intercontinental Champion.
Well.
I'm like, he's set. He can be a main eventer.
Yeah.
Something happened, and he fell off the face of the earth.
It's a shame when that happened.
Yeah.
In a world.
In a pro wrestling world.
Somewhere.
In a world.
Yeah.
Coming this July.
With Dusty Rhodes.
Wait a minute, babies.
Dusty Rhodes is in studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't make me get out here and do this again.
Very nice.
I think it's scary how accurate that is.
I've been doing it for a while. Man. Yeah.
The lightest way to put this is you don't necessarily look like someone that should be able to imitate Dusty Rhodes.
No, I don't.
That's probably what he does in the mirror.
Dusty Rhodes is a 300-plus pound Southerner.
Hey,
you are from Alabama.
I am from Alabama.
You are from Alabama.
You really are.
He legitimately is from Alabama.
Yes, I really from Alabama. Born and raised, Birmingham, Alabama. Roll Tide.
Hey, you played for Alabama.
Yeah,
you were on the football team.
Years ago.
Yeah.
That was before I started this crazy foray into professional wrestling.
Yeah, what did you do? You got into the sick world.
Never look back.
Yeah, I should have listened to McIntyre.
Well, so Sin Cara had a new hoodie vest thing on. It wasn't like the full, almost like zipper bathrobe that he comes to the ring in. I liked it. I thought it looked different. It was more hip and urban and fresh and all that jazz.
But does it really matter what he's wearing?
No, he doesn't need anything.
Exactly.
The lights are gonna drop. He's gonna flip.
Yes, and we had the Sin Cara lights.
Yeah.
And we had charisma out of Sin Cara tonight.
Yeah.
He mocked 3MB. He did like a slow wannabe like playing guitar. Like he looked like someone who just picked up a guitar for the first time in their life.
It was Spanish guitar.
Oh.
Yeah, Spanish guitar.
Is that what you saw?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I saw belly.
Oh.
You saw belly?
Yes.
Yeah. He put on a little bit of weight. Just a little bit. I can't say people that put on weight because I'm still working on trying to lose weight. # road to 199. But Sin Cara has put on a little bit of weight. But it didn't stop him in this match. No. It was crazy. Like, this match was all Sin Cara.
Yeah. I was impressed.
We were blown away. Like, we're just like,
I was very impressed.
like, to me, Sin Cara against McIntyre, to me, was like the equivalent of Ryback versus a jobber. It was like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're getting every one of Sin Cara's moves, and then some.
Yeah.
He had more offense tonight than I believe he's had in his entire WWE career.
It was
seriously
absurd.
Seemed that way. Everything was he pulled out everything. This was like, yo, they're gonna future endeavor you next week. Go out and show us something. Like, it was one of those matches.
One of those. Well, it's like he's like, Drew, you got to take this, and this, and that, and then do this one 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean, for the first time ever, I was like, I actually want to see more of Sin Cara. So I was surprised with myself.
It was one of those moments where everything looked crisp.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he slipped or anything ever.
No.
And the moves were cool. Really, 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 really cool.
And I commended a ref last week, and I want to almost yell at the ref this week in this match, because to me, there's towards the end of the match, Sin Cara flies over the top rope. All 3 members of 3MB catch him, and then they throw him back in the ring. Technically, outside interference, because they have done something physically to the opponent by him throwing in the ring. I'm just stickler about this.
But wasn't it voluntary? That's what.
Yeah, see, that's what we go back and forth, because technically he did jump over the top rope on them.
But then they could have just, like, he hit them, and they could have just, like, let go and walked away. But they forced him in.
And how do you think they would have let him go on the outside?
Place him gently on the ground.
And pat him on his head.
That would
Yes.
never happen.
Well, I know. I'm just a stickler for these
That would be
things.
amazing if it did.
I seem to have caught you. Let me place you down and pat you on the head.
Here you go, buddy.
I'm just a stickler for these things, because all of a sudden, like, if people that are in the match, somehow they are physically involved. In this case, they're not doing much, but they throw him in the ring. Ref, it's clearly in vision. You ring the bell, that match is over. That's why a few weeks ago when it was on Raw, when Daniel Bryan was like the referee for an Orton Kane match, and Orton like shoved him, just like a little shove. Daniel Bryan rang the bell, and I went nuts. I'm like, yes. Well, I was doing yes. I'm like, this is great. That's a ref showing his authority.
Yeah.
And this ref was just like, I'll let it go.
Well, no, because I don't think it was I'll let it go. I think it was obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
There
I mean,
has to be
I know
something.
it was planned. I mean, I know that
You're just
spot
being a
was
stickler,
planned, but I'm being a
basically.
stickler about it.
Stickler for the rules.
Stickler.
You are aware that you're being a stickler for a professional wrestling match.
Yes. I used to be a referee once upon a time.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
He's
I would have rang the
saying-
bell, and I would have probably got reamed in the back for it.
You would. You'd be.
But
future
no,
endeavor right
damn
now.
it. Outside interference. Ring that bell.
And Vince would go, idiot. Like he would hate you right now.
Yeah, he would.
Lions fan is saying that would never happen, Christian. 3MB losing via outside disqualification.
See?
Boom.
Well, yeah, because 3MB has to lose clean in the ring. They can't lose by disqualification.
Never lose that way.
And they lose today from Sin Cara going for a hurricanrana while McIntyre was on his knees and just spiking him.
That was a really neat move.
It looked great.
I made you rewind it.
You did?
Yeah.
When was the last time we said that about Sin Cara?
Never.
When he hits a move correctly.
That was first.
Let me think. No.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Sin Cara looked outstanding on in this match.
He looked
But
great.
like, where has this been?
Apparently, he has to work with McIntyre for it to come out.
You know what? You know what? Maybe his accuracy and skills were what Zeb Colter saw sneaking across the border
It
in his
showed
night
up.
vision goggles.
Yeah.
They showed up for main
Showed
event,
up for him,
and he
helped
was
him.
flawless.
Yeah. He didn't mess anything up, didn't botch anything. Everything looked great.
It was a fun match.
Yeah, it was.
All of his moves every move he did outshined every heat move. That was all the heat was clubs and throws and everything.
McIntyre did next to
where's he
nothing in
going?
this match. Yeah.
That was the easiest thing to do if you're McIntyre. It's just follow the little guy.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Exactly. I mean, I'm going to give this 3 stars. I thought it was a very fun. The timing was good.
Great.
I mean, I would have liked more from McIntyre in the match, personally, because I'm a big fan of it, and it would have been a more competitive match. Because this was pretty much a glorified squash by Sin Cara.
I have a feeling if it was Heath Slater, they would have made Heath win.
I think it would have gone longer.
Yeah, it would have gone longer.
Because Heath is like the leader of 3MB. But
what is McIntyre exactly in 3MB?
I think he's the bass player.
Bass player? Okay.
Because
Does it really
Slater's the
matter?
singer, Jinder's the drummer. Don't hinder Jinder.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think McIntyre's bass.
I always wondered. I just know that, well, I guess Heath would be lead guitar as well.
Yeah.
Since he's the singer, he doubles as the guitar player as well. I would give it numero 3.
3-star from
3-star.
Mr. Romore as well. Corey, what you think?
Well, I want to say Line Span gave it 3.5. Watchtower gave it 1.9.
Wow.
Changing it to 2, thankfully. And, he's going high. Anyway, he's going 3.5. And I will also say 3.5 stars. Because
3.5.
Because I gave the first one 3, and this was more entertaining and more visibly shocking and interesting than the first match. So, yeah, 3.5. For Sin Cara, that's huge.
For Sin Cara, that's not insane.
I've never rated him higher than like
rating he's
2
ever gotten from
on a good
any
day.
of us, including them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Chat
So,
room.
I'd love to see more of Sin Cara doing that stuff.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement where, like, Sin Cara, where the hell has this been?
Yeah.
Give us more of this.
Yeah, because a lot of times when Sin Cara comes out, we're like, it's Sin Cara again on main event.
But we
this
don't
time
need the
kinda
damn
shot-
lighting.
Well, that's why they take it off
And
after the match.
thing,
Yeah, when the match ends.
as soon as the match ended, it's like 1, 2, 3, ding, 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 and the lights came
Everyone's
up.
like, oh,
what?
thank goodness.
See, it makes sense if he wins.
Yeah.
Then the lights go
Then the
down.
lights go
Yeah.
down. That would make sense, but the lights went off and everything went back to normal, and he's still standing right there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you guys, what are you doing? You killed the moment.
I don't know. Oh, speaking of moments, though, I like to do segues from whatever the last thing someone says. So
I
speaking
knew
of
this
moments,
was a segue coming.
no, I do. I'm the segue king. If we had a segue title, well, no, Steven in the booth made me a segue
You
championship
can
once.
have the segue title actually if you want it.
Oh, nobody will defeat me in the Segway Championship matches. And I just ruined it now because I took this long to do a segue. We get a
He needs to
recap.
win something.
Yeah, I know. I got to win something,
get you a
guys.
cookie.
I need to boost my self-esteem somehow. She's beating me
gotta help
4
him.
or some odd pay-per-views in a row. A recap of the Daniel Bryan Gauntlet Spectacular from Raw, where first he defeats Swagger, and then he has what I am proud to say on the air right now, in my opinion, is the best match of 2013 thus far.
Best match of 2013 thus far.
When Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan on Raw was out of this freaking world. Like,
That's huge.
yeah, because Kofi Cesaro from Main Event a few months ago for the United States title, that right there was my match of the year up to that point.
Really?
And here's the thing, I remember on the show, I gave that a 4.5 star. This match was better. So it was just like, if this match happened on Main Event, I might have had to give it a 5.
Do you
because
see
it
the
was that
common
good.
link there?
Oh, have I ever said anything negative about Cesaro's wrestling?
Well, I mean, the whole package is awesome. I mean, he's wrestling. Okay, go.
I'm just talking about the wrestling.
I'm trying to stop.
Because he's freaking phenomenal.
He is. He's amazing.
And I remember, I've seen, these guys, obviously, Daniel Bryan and Cesaro know each other for years through Ring of Honor and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. I was actually there years ago for, I think what is kind of known like in the Indies as the famous headlock match, where it was Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, obviously before they were those names. It was right after this incredible like high spot tag team match. And all of a sudden the two of them come out for a one-on-one match. And Cesaro puts Daniel Bryan in a headlock for 10 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
The entire match is Daniel Bryan trying to get out of this headlock.
Oh, my goodness.
The crowd is chanting boring because they're used to like the high spots and everything.
Yeah.
I'm at the edge of my freaking seat because I'm like, this is so incredible that it's just a side headlock, the most
That's
basic move in wrestling,
crazy.
and he couldn't get out of it. And then old school to the fullest, and then he finally gets out of it, crowd pops, ducks a clothesline schoolboy pin.
Wow.
That was the entire match. It was a headlock for 10 minutes. And it was, like I got the memories from seeing that live many years ago, and watching these guys at Raw. Obviously, they did more than just a headlock.
yeah.
But I mean, this was just far and away so much fun to watch on both of them, and the crowd just loving it every second of it. And then when Daniel Bryan pulls off the win on that, he then has a very entertaining match with Ryback, which I also thought was good, like very good. And and the segment, you know, with Daniel Bryan like completing the gauntlet, I just find it hilarious how great it was. Sorry. And Ryback though eventually gets DQ'd by powerbombing through a table. And to me though, if I'm GM, well, but Daniel Bryan wins, bring on the next guy for the gauntlet. And then you could have had Big Show come out since they promoted him to come out and make his return on Raw, and didn't.
When's the last time we've seen Big Show?
Well, he's been hurt.
I know, but when's the last time we've seen him? I'm just trying to think.
Big Slow.
Payback? No, Payback? No, he wasn't.
No.
The Pay-Per-View Extreme Rules.
Okay.
That was the last time he wrestled, I believe.
Yeah.
That was his match with Orton.
It's been a while.
But I mean, he's been hurt, and I guess he was still showing effects of the injury. So like, we're not going to rush it, even though we aired a commercial last week of your return.
When he comes back, I wonder if he's going to be funny show or serious show.
Serious show.
I don't know. He goes back and forth with it.
Yeah, he does a lot. And I like funny show. Funny shows.
They're both entertaining.
Yeah, serious show, he does his thing, but I get more kicks out of funny show.
Yeah. And based on everything that transpired at the end of Raw, we now know the two main events for this Monday's Raw.
Yes.
Where we're going to have Cena versus Ryback in a tables match, because it's not like we just had that on a pay-per-view or anything.
No. Have you seen that anytime recently?
Like a month ago?
Yeah, I think so. That was the Final Jeopardy, the other
And then
night.
the interesting thing, though, is we're also going to have Daniel Bryan versus Kane, who we have not seen since the Wyatt family dismantled him. That means Wyatt
That's
should be
gonna
around.
Very good.
I'm excited.
That's another exciting thing to see.
But how are they going to do it? Because
Only
you still
one way to
got-
find out.
You still got Daniel Bryan out there.
But you're gonna
have to keep him.
You're
high.
gonna tune in and find out, aren't you?
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah,
Of course. I got to see Bray.
the Bray.
I got to see him.
Got to see
I have
Bray.
to see him.
Got to see Luke. Got to see Eric.
I don't know the other one's names.
Luke Harper, Eric Rowan.
That's nice. I just like the one that speaks.
You don't like the one in the sheep mask?
He's cool.
They're gonna start selling the mask, by the way.
Oh gosh.
WWE
scary.
Shop is gonna start selling the mask. I can't wait for the crowd to be full of people wearing that mask.
I get
cheap mask.
scared in masks.
And you know they're gonna sell that for like 20 bucks a pop and make a fortune out of it.
If we wore the mask in here, would you freak out?
I would freak out.
I think we have to get
Well,
the
I think we
mask.
have to order the
We have
mask.
to get them.
No.
We have to order the mask.
We have to. Maybe
Please
we can
don't.
get Bray to come in with his shirt and cut a promo.
Well, if you for that, yes, go ahead and wear the mask.
All right. So we get our main event of main event at this point, where we have Damian Sandow coming out, Mr. Money
This
in the
wasn't
Bank.
the main event of main event, was it?
Well, technically it's the last match, so it should be the main event.
But that's not how it's been working on.
Main event usually the best match is usually the first match.
one.
Where
Yeah.
in this week it happened to be this to us the second.
Yeah.
But usually, you know, your last match of the day is usually your main event.
Yeah.
Except on main event.
Except for main event. Go figure. Sandow comes out and cuts a nice little promo once again. You know, like, attention, you slack-jawed mouth breathers of the WWE Universe, of the I am the intellectual savior of Money in the Bank, and you're, I like this, the uncrowned World Heavyweight Champion. I'm liking his self-proclaimed title that he's given.
He's so witty. He's just clever and
Yeah.
great. As
You know,
usual.
and goes on, you know, obviously finish up his promo, and he is taking on our favorite jacket-wearing main event superstar.
Bad Jacket Justin.
That should be his new name. Ladies
Bad
and-
Jacket Justin Gabriel.
From South Africa. Bad Jacket. Justin Gabriel.
What? I don't
it is.
understand what the problem is with this jacket.
He looks like a silver hawk.
You guys complain that he's always wearing the
Do you
same
remember the
outfit.
silver hawks?
Yes.
That's okay.
That's exactly what he looks like.
I'm okay with it. He needs wings, and he needs a little change, and he looks better now. I think he looks better.
No.
I do.
How does that make him look better?
Because he
I
had.
feel like we're gonna have this discussion every week since he's on Main Event about this jacket.
He looks better.
There we go.
He looks like a Silverhawk reject. Like his wings aren't even big enough.
All right, people in the chat, do you agree with me or with the boys about Justin Gabriel?
Jackets gotta go.
If they're grown
Hashtag
men.
jackets gotta go.
If there's any men in that chat room, they're getting rid of that jacket.
Hashtag jacket off.
There you go.
I'm gonna say what jackets gotta go, Steven.
Oh, crap. My bad,
You
my bad.
guys think about bad jacket, Justin.
So, thanks, Steven. Thank you, Steven. Producer of the year, Steven.
What just happened?
This is phenomenal.
I think we had our own Botchamania moment just now. We'll talk to Steven
I'm
after.
so sorry.
Gabriel starts this match off quickly. I'm gonna keep going.
Yes.
Gabriel's gonna.
Bro,
Gabriel trying to end the match early, doing a bunch of quick roll-ups, and Sandow kind of just stopped that, and then just started beating the crap out of him.
beat him.
He just like this entire match was just clubs and
Yeah.
stomps and kicks.
4 of those clubs were for that jacket.
You did mention, you pointed out that the the ding ding went twice.
Yes, the bell rang twice. Like the bell rang to start the match, and then they get like into the turnbuckle, and then you hear the bell again.
The bell rung again.
Like the timekeeper dropped the hammer, literally.
Oh, I lost it.
And it fell on the bell.
Mr. McMahon, I dropped
Someone
it.
got future
I'm sorry.
endeavored.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just dropped it.
Yeah,
My fingers are slippery. I never had it. I'm sorry.
It was a timekeeper in training
Yeah,
or something. And
I'm sorry. I thought the Wyatt family was coming. I didn't know. Yeah.
he was afraid. But yeah, Sandow just clubbing away, and it wasn't really anything methodical. It was
No.
just I'm just beating you down,
Yeah.
man.
He's gonna
Wrestling.
beat you.
Gabriel starts, getting his, fighting back in the springboard drop kick, hits the Eye of the Hurricane. I'm still calling it the Eye of the Hurricane from Hurricane Shane Helms or Gregory Helms or whatever his name is, because Shane Gregory's gone by both.
Yeah.
But also because nobody else has renamed the move since he
Yeah,
used it years
sure.
ago. So we're still going to call it Eye of the Hurricane. And he hit his top rope springboard moonsault, which looked outstanding.
Yeah.
And it was like shocked that it was only for a 2. Then Justin Gabriel delivered an STO, which is really odd for someone his size to deliver.
Yeah.
That's usually a bigger, stronger guy to
Bigger
do
guy,
that move.
usually.
Because you're literally just pushing the guy down.
Yeah.
And Sandow's a
really.
lot bigger than Gabriel.
A lot of people don't understand
Yeah.
Sandow's tall.
Yeah, you always forget, and then when
Yeah.
he's next to somebody,
He's about 6'4", 6'5".
a big guy.
He was in OVW when I was there. He's a tall
And Justin
guy.
Gabriel is not.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's definitely not. I would say something, but I'll let that go.
What did you want to say? Okay, if you want to let it go.
Yeah, just let that one ride.
Well, eventually,
There's only room for one little guy in the WWE.
I'm trying to finish this match, people.
Okay.
What is happening? Sandow eventually dodged a splash and a turnbuckle by Gabriel and hits, I guess, his new finisher, which is the finisher that they give bigger, stronger guys when they can't think of a finisher to give them, which is the full Nelson Slam.
Yeah,
I like the move. I don't like it as a finisher
because it's
Yeah.
not.
You were disappointed.
because it's not a finishing move.
It was a finisher in '96.
If they did something along the lines of, I'm just thinking in my head, I don't know if it's even physically possible for crying out loud, but if do something along the lines of, you grab him in a full Nelson Slam, you pick him up, and kind of like turn into like a rock bottom or side effect type deal, Uranagi,
Be nice.
like that could look like a finisher and kind of combine the two.
That's true.
Because there were a couple weeks when he was feuding with Sheamus that he started using the side effect as his finisher, and that looked better than this.
I think main event. They're just trying things out, having fun with it.
That's exactly what main event is.
So, yeah,
That's exactly
it's like
what
a
it
test
is.
run. So they're not really. they're gonna listen to our podcast and be like, oh, you know what? AfterBuzz doesn't like it, so let's not do it.
Let's change that.
AfterBuzz is
you.
right.
Yes.
They
AfterBuzz
have been
is
listening.
right.
Well, obviously they're not listening on some things because Bad
They're
Jacket
listening to a lot of
They do.
they did listen to us because we said they got to change his gimmick.
Yeah.
Then they did that.
Yeah, but they gotta get that jacket off Bad Jacket, Justin.
Oh, we still talking about this jacket.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine.
Yes.
People in the chat are agreeing with me. For the
Well-
most part. Even the men.
Whatever.
Real men
Those
know
aren't
what's
real
up.
men.
They're just trying to impress you.
Yeah.
No.
They like
They're
you.
trying to get your mind off Cesaro.
I like you guys too.
So
Wings no bigger than this cup.
Oh my God.
So Sandow gets the win over Justin Gabriel. No shock there. No real shock to me in this match. I'm giving it 2.5. It was there. It was good, but nothing really stood out to me.
Yeah.
I give it a 2.
A 2?
Yeah. Again, it was the least interesting match of the night. I usually really like watching Sandow in action, and I really didn't care this time around for some reason.
Rome?
I'll go 2.25.
I don't like these quarters.
I'm just
like
doing it because of the chat room tonight. That's the only
They
reason.
get the okay.
Yeah.
No, you did it a little more. You're going to give it 2 3/8.
Yeah, 2 3/8. I'll give it that because, and I'll give it the 3/8 because of Sandow being in.
Okay.
Normally this is a 2, and actually it's about a 1.5 because of the jacket. Sorry, I'm
Oh, my
still there.
goodness.
Still there.
Yeah, the jacket was still
I
there.
won't stop until he takes off the jacket. I'm leading a crusade, one man alone.
What do you mean alone? I'm with you on this crusade. I want that jacket gone.
You are with me,
I am with you on that.
and full man, real American.
What?
I don't know what just happened.
I don't know either.
I was gonna go somewhere with that, but
Did we just have an awkward moment?
Yes.
What was that?
And
Yes.
I was just like the one in the corner, like.
Because I was
okay.
gonna take that joke somewhere, and then I decided not to.
Yeah. I'm really glad the music is starting to play to cue us out because I don't know where this week's show is gone. It's late.
It's late
It's
and
late.
loopy.
We're having fun here, but
late.
We are.
we overall had fun, man. We have fun always hanging out
Always.
and doing all this stuff. So until we get back here next week, Corey, how can people reach out to you?
You can find me at KAORIOUS. And thank you for tuning in, chat room.
Yeah.
Rome.
Yep. Rome the Ruler on Twitter as usual. And this Saturday night, MPW Simi Valley.
Your 8-man tag.
8-man tag.
Did you find out that mystery opponent yet? You were going to do some research trying to find out for
I
us.
have my sources.
Oh. Are you ready for him? Are you?
I'm always ready for this guy.
Okay. All right. Well, we're looking forward to hearing how that goes for you. I actually don't have any shows this weekend, so I might go and check it out. I got a weekend off.
Come on up.
So in the meantime, though, you can follow me at CRosieVOC on Twitter. And thank you all for tuning in for Rome Moore and Kaori Takee. I am Christian Rosenberg. We will see you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.